The veterinary clinic on Epsilon Station hummed with the quiet efficiency of advanced alien medicine. Dr. Zul, a Corinthian with scales that shimmered like polished obsidian, reviewed the case file on his holographic display. His 3 eyes narrowed with professional concern as he read the details. 1 Terran bonded dragon, terminal neural degradation, scheduled for humane termination. Susan entered the waiting room first, her arms wrapped protectively around herself. Behind her, Dean struggled with the anti-grav gurney carrying their dragon. Ember, the massive creature nearly 4 meters from snout to tail, lay motionless except for the shallow rise and fall of his crimson chest. Once those scales had gleamed like molten rubies, now they appeared dull, almost gray. Miss Chen, Mr. Rodriguez, Dr. Zolther greeted them, his translator rendering his clicks and whistles into perfect standard. I've reviewed Ember's scans. The prognosis is ... unfortunate. Susan's eyes glistened with unshed tears. We know, we just want him to go peacefully. Dean placed a hand on her shoulder, his jaw set tight. They'd raised Ember from an egg, back when humanity first discovered dragon. Breeding wasn't just myth, but ancient genetic engineering left behind by a precursor race. For 8 years, Ember had been their companion, their friend, their family. The examination room was larger than most, designed to accommodate the galaxy's more substantial patients. Ember lay on the specialized table, his breathing labored. Susan approached slowly, running her fingers along his neck ridge. The dragon's eyes, once bright, gold cracked open, clouded with pain. Hey boy, she whispered. We're here. Ember made a sound, half growl, half whimper. His massive head shifted, and with what seemed like enormous effort, he lifted one foreleg. Dean stepped closer, and Ember's leg wrapped around both humans, pulling them close to his chest in what could only be described as a hug. Susan broke then, tears streaming down her face as she pressed her cheek against Ember's warm scales. Dean's own eyes reddened as he held onto both his partner and their dying dragon. Dr. Zelther prepared the injection, a cocktail of compounds designed to peacefully shut down Ember's neural functions. He'd performed this procedure countless times, but something made him pause. His medical scanner, still active on his wrist, emitted an unusual harmonic. Wait, the Corinthian said suddenly. Dean looked up, hope and confusion warring on his face. What is it? Dr. Zalther moved closer, his scanner now focused intently on Ember's chest cavity, specifically where the humans were pressed against him. The readings made no sense. Move back slowly, please. Don't break contact. Just adjust your positions. Confused but obedient, Susan and Dean shifted slightly. Ember's grip tightened, refusing to let them go completely. The scanner's readings intensified. Dr. Zalther's primary eye widened in recognition, his secondary eyes darting across the data streams. By the cosmic nest, it's a resonance cascade. A what? Susan asked, not daring to move. Humans, Dr. Zalther breathed, and for the first time in his 70-year career, his voice carried genuine awe. Your species emits a bioelectromagnetic frequency that we've documented but never fully understood. It's why you can bond with so many species that others cannot. He manipulated his scanner, pulling up comparison charts that floated in holographic space. Dragons were engineered to respond to specific neural patterns. We always assumed it was the precursor race's own signatures. But look, he gestured at the readings. Human brainwave patterns, especially during emotional states like grief and love, matched the activation frequency almost perfectly. Dean's heart hammered. What does that mean? It means Ember isn't dying of neural degradation, Dr. Zalther said, working frantically now at his medical console. He's suffering from resonance starvation. Dragons require constant exposure to their bonded frequency to maintain neural health. Without it, we've been so busy. Susan interrupted, guilt crushing her chest. The station expansion, double shifts. We barely spent time with him this past month. You couldn't have known, the doctor assured her. This is groundbreaking. We've treated dozens of dragons for terminal neural degradation, never realizing. He trailed off, the implications staggering. Ember's breathing had already begun to steady. As Susan and Dean maintained contact, color seemed to seep back into his scales, subtle but unmistakable. His eyes cleared slightly, focusing on their faces with recognition, and was that relief. Dr. Zalther administered a neural catalyst, a compound designed to accelerate synaptic repair. Keep holding him. Your presence is doing more than any medicine I can provide. For an hour, they stayed like that. Susan stroked Ember's head, whispering apologies and promises. Dean kept his hand on the dragon's chest, feeling the heartbeat grow stronger beneath his palm. Slowly, miraculously, Ember's condition stabilized. When the dragon finally rumbled a sound of contentment they hadn't heard in weeks, all three beings in the room felt tears on their cheeks. Well, Dr. Zeltha's species didn't technically cry, but his translator picked up the emotional equivalent. Humans, the Corinthian said softly, you continue to surprise us. Your capacity for emotional connection, for love so powerful it literally heals. It's extraordinary. Dean managed a shaky laugh. We just love our dog dragon, whatever he is. He's family, Susan corrected, burying her face in Ember's neck as the dragon purred. He's family, and we're never leaving him alone again. Dr. Zolver filed his report that evening, marking it for immediate distribution to the Galactic Veterinary Council. Within weeks, dragon care protocols across the galaxy would be revolutionized. Hundreds of dragons previously deemed terminal would be saved. But in that moment, in that examination room, three beings simply held each other, a dragon restored by love. And to humans, those strange, impossibly empathetic creatures who somehow made the universe a little bit brighter wherever they went. Humanity, fuck yeah.